Any sight of the goal man shoot. Perform this excellent finish, I do it like Kane or Lukaku. Or like Beckham.
Pass the girls that tiki-taka, that's why they call us MSA. I'm on the block like winner, back road leger, fully paid on my inner. I fly past my head, top 10 of the models, I wash like Sammy Khedira.
And I can still kick balls like Drogba, young and I've made big wins like Gossa. Too far gone, can't catch me, Costa. I'm off, pace, Costa.
3 of the best, he's made them pay, and that completes a wonderful hat-trick.
So this is the one where we address the PSG issue that so many people wanted to talk about.
PSG.
People had a lot of hate for that Mbappe video, first of all, innit?
I don't think they understood what we were trying to say, but I can't be bothered to explain it again.
Word. We explained in the comments, innit, man. You cannot justify him and Neymar for 367 million euros. I'm sorry, like you just can't do it, man.
It's for unjustifiable,
that price, you can't, man. Like for me personally, just. Not saying he hasn't had good games and he hasn't been one of their mainstays, but the whole project of Project Mbappe and Neymar has been a failure.
Exactly, the project of it, not the player, the
transfer
project
in itself must have also been a failure. Do you get it? Like,
just see it from that perspective. You spent that much money. Obviously, he's delivered the goods in the big game, but we're talking about from an overall perspective.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, they bought him to win the UCL. Yes, he's performed in the big games, but he hasn't. Not that he hasn't delivered. But PSG, the transfer just didn't work out.
Like for you only spend that much on a player when your team is near completion. PSG wasn't a finished project to be spending that much. I don't think in general you can't really justify most players going for over 100 million because a lot of squads have. Football's a team game. You're gonna have other weaknesses in other areas unless you're completely complete like a Man City. That's why they can get away with the Grealish signing. If they win this season and then the Champions League, it doesn't matter. It's chicken change in regards to what they've won in the end, but. You got to be a complete side to spend that much P's.
But no one's denying the fact Mbappe probably is the world's best footballer at this moment in time. And it's a transfer that didn't work out. That's all.
For PSG, exactly.
PSG, exactly.
But yeah, PSG, many problems. First of all, that UCL exit. What a game though, innit? Like, I said don't discount Real Madrid, bro. I remember we said that before the ties, I said Madrid will slap out Messi out of this competition.
I thought PSG could win it all, man. Because I said as long as you got Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi, you can't count them out. And they disappointed me because I was just hoping that
count them out defending.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so one problem that it is, it's like you can't have 3 passengers, man. You just can't.
I know that's the thing. So you could also come back to the Mbappe transfer that he's a passenger alongside the other two. I mean, Mbappe is kind of allowed to be a passenger because he delivers
final product.
Up top. But Neymar, I actually hate him now. Still, he's just I love Neymar.
He's made the Ronaldinho debate a bit techie now. I think personally,
they both. That's true. I think Neymar's done though. Like I feel like they both peaked at the same time. Ronaldinho peaked around 28. 29. Neymar's basically peaked around that age as well.
Watch, he's gonna try bigger Messi and Ronaldo and retire at the same time. Watch, I can see it already.
The
3 amigos were finishing at the same time, bro. Watch.
I mean, according to some, he's the 3rd best player in this generation. But I always say Suarez.
Should have gone. Yeah, you know what? That's what someone should have mentioned in the last one about talent being in this generation. Suarez, in our lifetime, one of the best strikers we've seen watching football.
Definitely.
Quality all about.
In his prime, he's better than. Probably Lewandowski. He's better than every striker. Benzema by far, man. You know how I feel about Benzema by far, man. By far.
Who scored a hat-trick for Real Madrid, by the way?
Shit hat-trick, but yeah, go on.
Shit hat-trick, bro. You was even the one. Remember when he scored the last one, which was first? I was like, oh, did you see that finish? Oh, you know what?
No, it was a good finish, but obviously, like, the first 2 goals were shit. Benzema's not good. He's not good.
Nah, man. He makes half chances into full chances. That's one thing I respect about him and Lewandowski so much is they convert chances which shouldn't be going into goals. If you look at the conversions from the expected goal from that chance and they end up converting into an actual goal, it's incredible, man. Like,
we'll have that argument for a later day.
But with PSG, where do they go now though? Because do you lose confidence in Poch? Do you keep him?
I feel like they just need a big change. They need to change Leonardo, director of football. But if they get rid of him, then they can keep Poch. Poch at Spurs, he didn't work with a director of football. Yeah. He had the control. He knew what he was doing.
The problem lies at
but the thing is, if they keep Neymar, if they keep Messi, then they ain't really gonna do anything.
The same thing's just gonna happen.
To be fair, in that game, if they didn't take Paredes off,
I agree.
That's as soon as they took him off, they lost all control in the middle.
Guys, that's not PSG standard.
It's not even that. He's just not even.
I think he kept good control and he kept them.
You don't keep the ball.
But exactly,
PSG when they were 1-0 up, when they were 1-0 up, they had that spell where they kept it for ages.
Is that what
and the Bernabeu, they were all booing. He came off and then they lost that.
Yeah, exactly. Is that what you said with Kessie joining Barca, bro?
Yeah. See,
like he's not good enough to keep the ball. He's just more of a bit for me. I just think he's there for.
He's adds robustness to the midfield. It's like an Arturo Vidal, but Arturo Vidal's a bit more technically gifted than Kessie.
Vidal was quality.
I think Kessie's. I think Kessie can. He's good on the ball.
He has time to develop, I think.
Yeah, no, he's good on the ball. I'm not a big fan of him.
Yeah, I think for Xavi's style of play, it's a bit of a weird one, but I can understand it if it's you plan to go into a UCL because you're going to need a player like that in some games. Like against an Atletico, I think that would be a player that you'd love to have that breaks things up and or against a Liverpool where you have like nice energy in the midfield because with the midfield Xavi had of like what's it called Pedri, Gavi, and De Jong, there's not a lot of legs in there. And with that, they're going to be on the ball, fine. You're going to have a tough time getting them off of it. But without it, I don't know. You saw what happened with Barca when Liverpool were off.
I feel like with a press, though, they can easily win that ball back, innit? Like you said, Pedri and that, they probably have a bit of energetic as well. Young, legs in them. That's why a lot of these days, young players are looked upon for new tactics and systems because they're able to press. So I think that's not even the issue. I just think, like you said, Kessie for me is.
But yeah, back to the PSG one. I was gonna say. So what do you think is? So you're blaming the director of football then for what they're like? This horrid smell for PSG.
I blame the players.
They run like a brand. Like they're just not run like.
Yeah, they run like a brand as well.
All right, you buy the best players. You want to win the Champions League, but it don't work like that. You need the balance. You need.
I blame what happens on the field in it because I'm sorry, like. With the directors of football,
deserve any blame for that game?
No, I said that I blame the managers and the footballers, innit? Because, come on, man. At the end of the day, like the owners are doing like if you hear PSG fans, they don't really ever complain about the owners, do they? And then the fans of the football club, money buys happiness when you're a football fan. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So like. When your team's spending money, you're getting probably the best player. No, not probably the best player in history, in Messi. You get Neymar, he was in the peak of his powers at the time. What more can they do as owners of the football club? I can understand the director stuff, but at the end of the day, man, you got guys like Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe, bro, 3 of the world's best players, and you can't deliver.
To be fair, I'd say they're getting a lot of flack, but
it was all defensive errors and that you kind of avoid.
For 90, I don't know, for a game and a half, they had complete control of that tie. It didn't look. Real Madrid couldn't lay a glove on them. And then the defenders just, I don't know what they done.
Played that well though that game. Apart from Mbappe,
but
he's the only one who
Mbappe was the only one that actually played well.
Whereas the other two, they had moments, but do you know what? I don't know. Sometimes playing with certain great players, they just make it too easy for other players. They make other players look a lot better than you're like. The Neymar assist on that one, you hoof into space for Mbappe, is chasing down anything. Like, look how quick he's more special than
I'm talking about the first leg with that back heel. Like, okay, like, it's just a back heel. I was speaking to one of my guys. Like, Mbappe would have never got into that position if Neymar didn't back heel it. Like, what are you talking about, bro? It was a simple pass. Neymar could have played a forward pass, and you didn't even have to do the back heel. It's all Mbappe's work that caused that goal in the first leg.
Sometimes his stats are a bit. Like, if you look at just the assist stats, you think a player played a lot more impact on the game than he actually did. And I think that's what has shown the team these 2 legs because Mbappe did most of the legwork for all of the.
He needs to time his.
This is where you get GA, fam. Like this is where people start stat padding. Oh, Neymar,
Pogba and Bruno do that all the time, bro.
Especially
people say they have crazy games.
Especially Bruno. Like Bruno is. Bro, on the eyes, he's not really that pleasing to watch. In my opinion,
isn't it? Emil Smith Rowe, they get goals and assists, but they don't look good. They don't look good. I get
Smith Rowe walks into your Spurs side. He walks into Spurs. He walks into United.
He gets in above Rashford.
Anyone does at the moment.
Listen,
you don't start above Son.
Don't ever disrespect.
He don't start in front of Son.
Bro, they've been the same this season.
What?
No.
Yes. Are you dumb? No. Fucking dumb.
He can't even make your team.
Son's another stat padder this season. Bro,
Spurs don't create that many clear-cut chances, bro, and he's been ice cold in front of goal.
He's not been that good this season. I know he's got 13 goals or 14 whatever. Been that good this
season, but remember that they only got Conte like halfway through the season, bro. They had still nothing before they had.
Listen, Smith Rowe is the truth. There's a reason why he's going to be one of England's best players in history. I called it from here. You heard it from this channel. He's so good. He's that good. I'm telling you. You lot can't see.
Come on,
even
you know he's not that good. Like
he's a fucking amazing, bro.
He's not as good as Saka, is he?
I don't know.
No,
honestly,
listen.
Saka's going through that phase where he's shining, but let's not forget what Smith Rowe was doing early on the season. Let's not forget about.
That's what I'm saying. He wasn't putting in good performances.
I always say this. Smith Rowe is the reason why Arsenal are like this right now.
The development in it,
because I don't get what you mean. Because Arteta dropped him and brought in Martinelli on the left wing. That's why Arsenal doing what they do.
He showed the talent that like the youth.
But no, PSG, come on.
So okay, cool. Question to you, man: are you firing Poch this summer?
I think they have to.
I think he walks.
What? No, fire. I mean. No, he's getting fired. PSG have a look like a.
No, he can't walk in it.
I don't think it's his fault.
I think he won't walk because he gets paid in it. But
see, I agree that I don't know if it's his fault. But remember, he took the decision to take off Paredes on that time.
He was on a yellow card.
He was on a yellow.
He got dumb yellow as well.
Can manage it. Like I think he.
Yeah, but them South American players cannot manage it. They just don't know what they're doing.
Adapt. Yeah, no, I was listening to FV's podcast thing they're doing on Twitter, the Twitter space. He didn't actually adapt when the momentum shifted after that first goal, and you saw like Donnarumma's mistake.
There was no time
where there was time between the first goal and the second goal.
It's like 10 minutes,
12 minutes or something like that. Yeah, but between the first goal and the second goal, there's enough. You can already see that you're getting flustered now. Momentum just swung. This is a time where you told your midfielders, no, control the game now. Don't even attack. You just slow it down. You get the crowd settled down now. And you take it like that's what City do sometimes when they know that they're getting their backs against the wall. They'll just completely kill off the game by slowing it down. Liverpool do it as well. They just pass around a bit, get the crowd silent, game like, oh yeah, never mind. And then when you get that mentality, it starts to trickle down. They're like, cool, we're good again. We can go again for another run.
I still just can't believe the mistakes, man. That the centre backs were making.
But this is like Ancelotti, and then do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess it's like you can also talk about.
So I don't blame him, but it shows the level of manager that he might be a little bit different there between him.
I mean, he got them to a semis last year.
Ancelotti was losing that game, and look at the two sides. Camavinga when he came on, brilliant sub. That energy he brought to the midfielders was what they were missing there, and Valverde brought in from the second leg was what they needed to break the pressing line of PSG.
But that was sort of forced because Casemiro was out. They had to do it. Like it weren't.
Ancelotti's another one that's a bit fishy tactically as well.
The Barca game was a bit very fishy what he was doing that Barca game.
I don't understand what his beef is with guys like Bell and Hazard though.
Do they deserve a place?
Do you think they're finished?
He's played Bauer a few times.
Doesn't touch Hazard though.
I don't think they deserve their place.
Hazard, he's just.
No, I think like, at the end of the day, there's quality there, innit? Yeah, I mean, if the game's not going your way, you have to try them out at least. Like the quality that they've possessed over the years, I will always take that risk with either Bell or Hazard.
Fair play.
Even anything more so Hazard. Hazard's only 31. Come on, man, that's still the peak of your powers, in my opinion. I know injuries have fucked him, but he's still got the footballing IQ. You should try him out.
So you see,
he's just
director,
fat.
yeah. Do you see? You said about director, yeah. Do you think then that? So some managers like it though, where they're able to implement their own style and philosophy and get the players. Because PSG is like you're kind of giving free reins over the squad, what you want to do with the squad, right? Do you think then that has caused the trouble for PSG? They don't really have a philosophy or style of play, or like, but it's because they're a new club, innit? They don't really
They don't give their managers enough time.
Yeah, it's time.
Like honestly, they'll probably will sack Poch in the summer, and then they'll demand instant success.
I don't think they'll sack him, you know.
I think the options, the options are limited, very much limited.
Like they will try one more season, I think. If anything, like I said, I think Poch will want to leave. If United come calling, he's gonna want to go United. Because I think United's next manager, they know they have to give him time. Like what Arsenal did.
They do.
I think if anything, United board are looking at Arsenal as a way to follow 100%, the lead. 100%.
I saw this as well. We should be. So like, no offense, but I think we should be. Like I know what people are gonna think. Oh no, come on, man, Arsenal. Bro, they're showing what it might take a little bit of hard years, but they're on the right track.
Exactly,
now.
We're on the right track,
and they're showing how it's done without a lot of spending. But I was gonna say, one thing with PSG though. What do they change then? So what's different?
Like you said, manager needs time in it.
Manager's time. So you think time is only the only problem for PSG?
They need to give Poch time.
I think another thing is like. Do you think the difficulty of the league is having detrimental effects to Europe?
Easily, therefore as well.
See, I don't think so.
No, I honestly think so.
It's about the mentality of the players.
Yeah, it's mentality.
I agree. It is
Bayern.
It happened to Bayern for a few years though, where for a while where they didn't really challenge in Europe, but they will still sweep their league.
No, but they've challenged in Europe in the past, innit? Even with that same quality.
But PSG is a relatively recent club. Do you know what I mean?
That's what I mean. So they can't buy these players, put them on like massive contracts, and just make them think,
you
play half a season, win the league, get it wrapped up, and then you only have to pick up half the points. They need players who will have that mentality to be like, no, we want to win every game. We want to go unbeaten.
Yeah,
look at Juve for the past 9 years. Like PSG let it slip to Lille last season.
Yeah, that's true. Though.
So like they need better mentality.
Do you think
but no one else? I don't think anyone else ever comes close to PSG in that league. Ever. Unless another rich owner comes into that league.
Oh, for years and years and
no
years.
one is coming to PSG's level.
But I think their problem was they tried to go for instant success, man. They tried to skip the steps of actually building a football club.
Yeah, like City didn't skip it.
City went through the hard years because they weren't like instantly rich. You get, whereas PSG, like for most of their history they've been rich. So that's their problem, innit? Is that
PSG not for most of their history. It's only recently.
They've had ballers there. Ronaldinho played there as well. Poch played there as well. They had ballers for a few.
They had ballers, but they weren't like at the peak of their powers at the time.
I'm saying they don't create ballers. They bought ballers that were already there. Do you know what I mean?
No, Ronaldinho came from PSG before he went Barca, though.
Yeah, but he was Ronaldinho's early days. You can kind of see.
That's the thing, though. Maybe he played his best football at Barca,
but they stopped doing that model and thought, we're gonna go for instant gratification, instant success. And with the Ibrahimovic signings around that time, the Cavani's, the Thiago Silvas, you saw what they were trying to do at that point. We're gonna buy the big names and see what that does. Galactico, we're gonna be the French Galactico, and it doesn't really work that way. You got to build that DNA in your club a little bit. It works with Madrid.
It works with Madrid.
Yeah,
I know
Madrid have that history.
I know they have that history, but
players go there and they know they have to. They know what they're living up to.
Big fan pressure.
But whereas Messi goes to PSG, he's big. He thinks he's bigger than PSG. Neymar went to PSG. He definitely thinks he's bigger than PSG. And Mbappe probably thinks, I've outgrown PSG. I need to go Real Madrid.
Yeah.
So exactly. Think about it as well. Yeah, the fact that there's somewhere else to move to after that club means that. You've got this can't be a mentality you can run here. You can't run that superstar club if you're not even the top of the pyramid. Do you get it? If you're still a stepping stone for a Madrid or Barcelona, that's still a problem.
You got me there. Fair enough.
I also think one thing they don't do enough is poaching their own league. I don't think they sign enough players from their own league. Like
it's hard.
Bayern, I don't know how Bayern does it. I think it's collusion or Bayern has something on the other clubs. You even saw Gravenberch 20. Come on, how are they getting these cheap players? Bayern do it all the time. They get the maddest deals.
You think they should buy from their own league?
100% more. They should never have let Camavinga go to Madrid. That he would have bolstered their midfield so well.
But then clubs are like, no, we don't want. They hate PSG so much because they're new money. Whereas Bayern, a respected club around the world,
respected. So that's probably the difficulty of why they find it.
But I honestly think with Camavinga though, like
his contract was running out.
He was never going PSG. I don't think anyone really wants to go PSG though in that league though. I think they'd rather come Prem. That's why so many Prem teams are actually grabbing French.
But you need to change that ideology though. Come on, you can't keep like United used to do that for years where we just buy within the league. We buy the best players around the league. We weaken the squads around us and we strengthen our run with what was in the lead. Ferdinand, we got you see Ferdinand, Cantona, Van Persie, all these players we just sucked from other clubs that we knew would
Berbatov, Carrick, who else as well from Spurs?
We did it year on year.
They did it to our best striker, so I can't really be talking here. But
Rooney, we just whenever we saw anything talent wise poaching in the league, we get our heads there and we'd take him. And
true. You need to buy in your league
sometimes because they have the right DNA and mentality, but it's because PSG don't have that history. Probably why is more like not a respectable step up. It's tough. It's tough to get.
Thank God Arsenal's a big club, man. Thank God, fam.
Because I don't know how long does it take for PSG to be a big club. Do you know what I mean? Like a European giant. Like I don't see them as that.
Yeah,
they need to.
They are European giant, man, because they have money.
Don't know about it.
I think if you have in this day and age, if you have money, you're a European giant.
You're a big. You're
historically maybe not, but if you have peas, you're European giant.
When I see PSG in Champions League, do I ever think that this is gonna be a very very tough one? I think we'll see how this goes.
It's always we'll see how it goes. Yeah, 100.
It takes time though. Like Chelsea have won how many? 2 Champions Leagues. Then I wouldn't say they're a European giant.
No, they are though.
Nah, see, I wouldn't say they are.
I think it takes a lot longer than that to be a European giant. I think when I think of European, I think like the AC Milans, Madrid.
I'm thinking about historically.
Yeah, like as a club, like a European giant.
That like respectable
Yeah, no, definitely
side,
not.
do you know
Definitely.
What I mean?
If anything, Arsenal are more European giants than Chelsea.
I mean, I think you got to win a European trophy to maybe even be considered.
That's like the minimum requirement.
No.
You can't even get in.
Wait,
back it up. You know that.
Hi, that warrior. Back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up. You have a wristband?
No.
Why you can't get in? You need a wristband.
We're gonna get in next season though.
Yeah.
We're gonna get. I'm telling you, when we get in the Champions League, we're gonna get Haaland and we're gonna win the Champions League. I keep saying this, no one listens. We're gonna get Haaland.
Nah, promise. Leave it there.
Honestly, by like November next year, he's gonna be neutral again.
Nah, not happening. I'm Arteta, bro. I'm Arteta in, bro. Arteta's everything. Call him everything,
cool.
Bro.
So as we can see, attention span's gone.
Yeah, come. We'll leave it there.